Hi everyone, welcome to my video. Today you may notice something different. I'm speaking English instead of Farsi. Honestly, the reason is simple. Many of you ask me about how to learn English and improving speaking or listening skills. So I decided why not making a video in English. In this way, you will be able to improve your listening skills while I'm sharing my story. So let's do it. As you may know, on Sundays, I spend most of the time in the kitchen. That's funny because the other day I was watching Friends and I saw a funny sign that said, "The kitchen is closed on Sundays." Well, it's not true for me because Sundays is the busiest place in the house. Today, I'm gonna show you how I cook and what I cook and how I organize the meals in the refrigerator. Well, first of all, I have to decide what to make for the week. Usually I stick to a few options like meatball, chicken, and pasta. This way I will have around three or four options for lunch and one for dinner. The thing that I always have to remember is to take the meat out of the freezer on time. Because I saw a video that explained you should not leave the meat outside of the refrigerator for a long time because it can grow microbes. Instead, it is safer to let it defrost slowly in the fridge. And I did that this morning. Now it is completely defrosted and ready to cook. First step for me is to begin with pasta. For pasta, we need onion, tomato paste, the meat itself, of course. Right now, I'm chopping the onion with this handy chopper. Honestly, this tool is a lifesaver. It saves me so much time, and the best part, it doesn't let me cry from the onion. Well, you see how easy it is? That's fantastic. Now, let's talk about speaking. Somebody once told me that she was shocked when she found out that even after living in the US for 3 years, we still need to practice and work on our speaking skills. Let me explain why. Um, speaking is all about talking. The more you talk, the better you get. But there's a challenge. If you are married or have a non-English partner, and most of your friends are Iranian and like me, the only student in the office, you won't have so many chances to speak English all day or every day. And how can we expect to get better naturally? So the answer is just work on it with some methods like shadowing, which is really helpful. Your speaking skill can get better, but it won't become excellent on its own. Well, as you may know, I've been on a diet for a long time. And the first rule for a healthy lifestyle is to try not to add extra oil in the cooking, even olive oil. So, for making the pasta sauce, I try to cook it with the natural fat, which is already in the meat, without adding extra oils like olive oil. I also decided to add bell pepper to it, so it makes it more delicious. I don't know, I add salt, add some garlic powder, black pepper. Let's try this red pepper a little bit. You have to be careful with it. This way. Oh, too much. Well, I believe it's fine for pasta sauce. And I can add a cup of water to it and let it cook slowly. But listening skill is different. When you're living in a foreign country, wherever you go, the main language around you is English, and you hear it all day long. So it makes your listening skill improve faster, so much faster than speaking. Now, the next one is somakolo, and for that, I need meatballs. For meatball, I need meat, which I use beef, onion, and some spices. But now, I'm gonna use a different mixer because the onion for this food should be very, very fine, almost like using a tiny side of grater. It makes the texture much better and help them hold together when cooking. You see, it's like using the grater without crying. Now I have to squish the onion to take the water out using a sieve. It is much easier. And then I have to add the onion to the beef, ground beef, and adding spices like I use salt, pepper, and sumac. And I will not waste this water. I can use it for the chicken. So I add some garlic powder. I like the taste of it. The most important part is sumac. Oops. That's fine. Let's keep it. Now I have to keep this in the refrigerator for about 1 hour. It will help the texture to get better, much, much better. Okay, guys, let me give you some tips about improving your listening skill. Some people ask me to recommend some podcasts to improve their listening skill. Let me tell you, listening to anything can be really helpful. But here's the point. Don't just listen once. There are some podcasts like TED Talk Daily or All Airs English or The English We Speak can be very helpful. I recommend them, but keep listening and just pick 1 or 2 episodes that you like and listen to them over and over again. Here's the point. Don't give up and don't get bored. You have to listen to a few episodes instead of listening to so many different resources, and keep listening to them until you can understand every word and hear the sentences clearly. And I promise, if you do this over and over again, your listening skill will improve faster and you will get better very quickly. Now it's time to fry the meatballs. Recently, I found a method that I think works much better. I add both water and oil to the pan and then put the meatballs in. I think this way will help the meatballs to cook and fry at the same time. And I hope the result would be much better. Let's see. Well, now let's move to the next meal, which is chicken breast. Usually I ask Farzad, my husband, to do this, but right now he's kind of busy with his work, so I have to do it by myself. For chicken breasts, I chop the breast, into small pieces, just like juja kebab, and then grill them in the air fryer. So now I will mix these small pieces of chicken breast with onion, which I have a small piece of onion here. I will chop them. And also I add the onion water, which I have from last meal, to the chicken. Also, I add a little bit of saffron, which you can remove that. I like the color and the smell of it. And some spices, like I like to add some paprika powder, a little bit. It should not be too much. I don't like the taste of it that much. And then salt. Black pepper. Also, I add some turmeric because of the color. And garlic powder. And dried onion. For the better texture, I try to add some yogurt, like 3 or 4 spoons, and mix them together. So I will add just a little bit of olive oil to the chicken breast to make it richer and more flavorful. Also, about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. and mix them together and just leave them in the refrigerator. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my second video. Now I have all the meals for the week in the containers. The plan is I will mix pasta sauce with pasta the night before lunch, and also I will mix these meatballs with rice and sumac to make sumac pulu the night before lunch. And also these chicken breasts will be fried, will be grilled in the air fryer for dinner, and always with a side salad. And yeah, I hope these foods would be enough for the whole week. Also, I wanted to share a little personal update. Yesterday was our first relay marathon experience and it went really well. It was awesome. I could finish almost 10 kilometers and Farzad finished 8 kilometers. And we really enjoyed this experience and hopefully we can do it again next year. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I want to ask you, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Hope to see you later in the next video.